I saw the new horror movie Weapons, and this movie says, hear me out, what if Prisoners was hilarious? This is a kind of more entertaining long legs. Some parts were legitimately scary, others were purposely funny. It was unique and original, and there were scenes that will be memed and plastered all over this place in a few days by cretins who record movies in theaters. There is some truly iconic imagery in this movie. I love what Zach Kreger is doing, and I think he's only going to get better. Full disclosure, I had a dud crowd. I was the only one laughing, so every time I slapped my knee at a gruesome death, it felt like farting loudly on an airplane. I think that soured my experience a bit. Zach Kreger is delivering some of my favorite theater experiences of the last few years. I loved Barbarian, I went in completely blind, and I did that again for this. I never know where his movies are going. Unfortunately, he doesn't either. Don't come at me all butthurt, that's from his mouth. He said he had no idea what this movie was even about until he wrote 50 pages of the script. It's not a huge deal breaker, but the thematic incoherence of Barbarian never really bothered me because I was too busy gawking, whereas here it feels like he's much closer to meaningful societal commentary, so I felt more teased. I wanted this to be building to some sort of epiphany about how society treats its future generations, their relationship to their parents versus their relationship to their teachers, especially amidst a backdrop of hellacious occurrences in American schools. Weapons. I was on the edge of my seat, curious as to how Kreger was weaving in the epidemic of drug addiction and alcoholism and police corruption. I was gleefully waiting for the pieces to click together and deliver that jigsaw puzzle dopamine rush. Roland Barthes tells me I can make the movie about whatever I want, but the only true horror is I'm left digging through the couch cushions for that missing piece. The narrative is structured in a way that the story repeatedly ramps up and then cuts at the apex to a different POV. And I was like, ooh, I was really intrigued by that. And then eventually I feel like it was just a cheap way to keep me from knowing things I needed to know. The second act sagged for me because of that, but the third act is so wild it will be talked about for the rest of the year. Here's what I know for sure. The man does know how to work a camera. He knows how to surprise me, and he's one of the few directors working today that knows how to make the legitimately horrifying uproariously funny. The performances are super solid, especially Alden Ehrenreich, but you've got Julia Garner and Josh Brolin and Benedict Wong, and at least we didn't have to watch another legacy sequel, Mr. Pee Pee Poo Poo Man 7, with the original cast returning, helping guide the influencers turned to actors in their fight against evil. Go see it with friends.